Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the S.H.Figuarts Broly. Oh yes, the Broly. I've been waiting for this forever. For before I was even in this world, this is what I wanted. And he is amazing. If you don't know anything about me, Broly is the best thing. I have reviewed loads of Broly things, and this is by far my favorite one. I can tell you that right now. Amazing articulation, amazing detail, loads of interchangeable pieces, everything you want from a figure art in Broly form. So, yeah, that is pretty much everything you need to know. Now let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, sculpt pay details, all those sorts of things. Alright, starting off with some size comparisons. Let's start with some figure arts. Of course, here we have Broly. Here's our standard sort of figure art size, which is Goku. And here's a little figure art, which is Gohan. I thought that'd give you a good range. Of course, Broly is by far the biggest figure art that's coming out, and unless they move on to things like Ozaru or Shinron or something like that, he pretty much is always going to be. He is towering over both Goku and Gohan. I was a bit fearful that he might be not tall enough, and I think they pulled it off pretty well. He's about the right size that I want him to be, so that's good. And here's a quick Broly size comparison. Didn't feel like getting out all of my Brolys, but here's a good range for you. Here's the hybrid one, here of course is the figure arts one, and here's the movie collection one, which is what a lot of people have been using for figure arts up until now. Figure arts Broly, a little bit shorter than the movie collection, makes him just the right size pretty much, and of course he's bigger than the hybrid one. Now, let's get the other two Brolys out of here and just look at the S.H.Figuarts Broly. Alright, moving on to a 360 spin. Of course, here you can see Broly. His upper chest area, of course, is bare, so he's got lots of flesh tone there, and it's got nice shading in between the muscles and things. Very nice, big muscle detail. His joints are a bit obvious, but I think once you have him posed, it won't be a big deal. He's got on his bracers with clearish blue gems in them, and the same goes for the necklace. The gems are very, very nicely done. He's got on his pants, skirt thing, whatever that is. And that's also nicely shaded in dark red and has good folds in it. Also has another gem there in it. His pants are shaded so much that they're almost not white. They've got a lot of gray and blue sort of mixed in there. It looks very nice. And then he has his gold and red boots down there. Once again, more gems. Overall, exactly the way Broly's outfit should look. Looks perfect. I wouldn't change a thing. Now, let's go ahead and zoom in on his head sculpt and alternative head sculpts. Head sculpt-wise, Broly comes with 3 faces, which is a smaller number, but he's a bigger character, and to be honest, these are the only 3 faces he really needs to have. He's got a smirking expression there on his actual head there. He's got his just sort of base expression, and then he's got his scream expression on the other one. They all have earrings, white eyes with black outlines, eyebrows painted, and then they have their mouths painted according to what they should be. And his actual head has very nice, big, spiky yellow hair with little green highlights in between it, which is a good way of sort of showing that Broly's hair is sort of that yellowy kind of green color, which is unique for the legendary Super Saiyan form. Now let's zoom out and look at some articulation. Even though Broly is massive, his articulation does not suffer at all. He has basically the same points as everyone else does. He has sort of a double disc joint neck here, which allows his head to go all the way down and all the way back as far as his back muscles will allow it to. And it turns to the side and everything as well. He doesn't have the neck joint, which is pretty much one of the only things he's missing. It's not a big loss, but it would be nice if it was there. Big, huge ball joint shoulders. Those go around in the socket, up and down, forward and back, everything you need. Bicep cut, double jointed elbows. Wrist rotation, hinges up and down, very nice. He has a chest joint here, which goes forward and back, side to side, rotates a little bit. Same thing below that. All of his little pieces of skirt can move around on their own little joints, which is very useful. Then he has standard S.H.Figuarts hips, drop down, forward and back, in and out. Double jointed knees. Then his ankles rotate, hinge up and down, pivot a bit, and has toe joints. So, like I said, pretty much anything you really need, you can pose him pretty much however you need to. So that's all very good. Now, Broly comes with a few interchangeable hands and some accessories, so let's go ahead and look at those. Broly doesn't have nearly as many hands as the other figures do, but his hands are huge, so having a lot of them might have been cost ineffective. He's got 3 sets, 2 grasping hands, 2 open blasting hands, and 2 fists. That's really all you need. Maybe some relaxed hands or something would have been nice, but these are sort of the mandatory ones that you're going to want to use. So that's pretty much all you really have to have. And lastly, Broly comes with his stands and energy blasts. He's got 3 of these little eraser shots. They're transparent green and spiky. They're a bit like Frieza's Death Ball, except I think they're a bit bigger. And they've got a little bit of sort of paint on them, which is white. And then he comes with 2 arms and 1 big clip that's especially made for him, along with a base. The clip doesn't really hold him. It's more like something for him to lean against so he doesn't fall over. You're not going to really be able to have him fly with it or anything. For one, it's not long enough. And for 2, it's not strong enough, and it doesn't go all the way around his waist enough to really hold him up. But it does keep him from falling over, which is something you probably should want to do. Now that wraps it up for Broly and all of his accessories, so let's move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, Broly comes in the standard S.H.Figuarts packaging, except it's a lot taller. It's about the same width, although maybe a bit wider, but it's basically just a lot taller. Big long window here in the front, S.H.Figuarts Broly, a pixelated picture of Broly over there on the side. This box is kind of gold and red, which is cool. On the back, you get a picture of Broly, and some little description bits, and of course, Broly's famous catchphrase, "Rumba." As always, these are good for in or out of package display, so yeah, Broly. Alright, that wraps it up for Broly, so until next time, goodbye! Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.